Welcome back, everybody. It's Untap Your Go, and today we got a really fun one. So this is Esper Thassa in Historic. The whole concept of the deck is to try to get Thassa Deep Dwelling into play, as well as all of our creatures which all have ETB effects. So they're all going to do something when they come into play. We have Bibblethip, draws us some cards. Kitesail Freebooter is going to steal cards out of our opponent's hand until it leaves play, but it's really good disruption. Meddling Mage, this card is very funny because we are playing Thoughtseize, Thought Erasure, and Kitesail Freebooter, so we get to look at our opponent's hand pretty frequently. So even if we're up against a matchup where we already know the matchup, we can just name their best cards, right? But if we don't know the matchup, we get to kind of figure that out very quickly throughout the game. So no matter what, Meddling Mage is just like premium card selection for this kind of deck, because even if we name a card that it's not good at the time, later on, once we get Thassa, we can blink it, reset it, and control the board that way. Thought Erasure is going to take out our opponent's win conditions, their Emergent Ultimatums, their Neoforms, their burn spells, their Dream Trawlers, their Teferis. It hits everything you need it to do against every single matchup, same as Thoughtseize. This one, we're playing all four of though because it surveils, and since we are an 80 card deck, we really want some card filtering. We have all four Spellbinders, 3 mana 3/1 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, look at opponent's hand. You choose a card, exile it, they can't cast it unless they pay 2 more to cast it, and that's really good. Sometimes your opponent just never casts the spell because it's just not good anymore. This plus Thassa means you're just blinking out their entire hand, and then everything they play costs so much more. 3 copies of Skyclave Apparition to be able to deal with some non-land permanents 4 or less. 3 copies of Deputy of Detention to deal with non-land permanents in general, especially ones that go wide, like Elves tokens, Goblin tokens, things like that. All 4 copies of Behold the Multiverse. Again, we are an 80 card deck. We want draw power. I chose this over Brainstorm because Brainstorm is a trap. I've discussed this already. I vocalized it. Brainstorm is not good for this deck. We do not have a lot of ways to manipulate our library outside of Thought Erasure. We're not playing Fabled Passage, so Behold the Multiverse is fine here. The 3 copies of Thassa. We can also tap our opponent's creatures, which is very important, and we are going to be able to occasionally turn this online to attack with. Not that often though, because most of our creatures are kind of like a mix, so there's not enough blue creatures to actively turn this on, but it's not really in here for that. All 4 copies of Ravenous Chupacabra because it kills creatures when it comes into play. At 4 mana rate, it's not bad, but it's a 2/2 that can also trade with other creatures. It can be blinked with Thassa to kill more and more creatures. All 4 copies of Elite Guard Mage draws us some cards, gains us some life, and it's a 2/3 flyer in the air. It blocks pretty well, honestly, against everything except the mono white life gain deck. This blocks a lot of things in the air pretty effectively. It just kind of stalls the board. Gives you a lot of time to find resources, and especially with Thassa, just gaining 3 life a turn and drawing a card, you'd be surprised. You can get up to 45, 50 life very easily with just this card alone. 1 copy of Massacre Girl in the main board. This is just a decent little board wipe if we really need to play it. It's really good because it's --/-, so even if your opponent's creatures have indestructible, hexproof, whatever, it's going to hit them, and if you have enough creatures on your side and your opponent's board, if you can do the quick math and figure out how it's going to layer, if you can make it so it's a one-sided board wipe, better, but if not, then you're always left with a 4/4 at the very end of the day with Menace, and that's good. It's going to help close out some games, especially after wiping the board against small aggro decks, because what are they supposed to do against that, right? And then to finish off the main board, we have 2 copies of Noxious Gearhulk on the top end, 6 mana 5/4 with Menace. When it enters the battlefield, destroy another target creature. If a creature is destroyed this way, you gain life equal to its toughness. This is also going to gain us a bunch of life because there's a lot of things in the format that have really large toughness. So, if you snipe somebody's Urian, you're just gaining 5 life. If you snipe their Massacre Girl, you're gaining 4. Even if you snipe this, you're gaining 3. That's fine. But everybody's playing big creatures. You got Questing Beasts, you got Lovestruck Beast, Bone Crusher Giant. Even though that toughness is a little bit on the lower end, even still, there's just so many creatures that this kills, and kills very easily, gaining you the life, Thassa blinking, gaining the life twice a turn, unreal. Mix of basics, we have 1 Castle Locthwain in the mana base, and we have just a huge mix of duels, and that is the main board. Getting into the sideboard, Urian takes up 1 of the slots, 2 Grafdigger's Cages, 2 Mystical Disputes, 2 Shark Typhoons, a 3rd Grafdigger's Cage. It's going to happen in every video, guys. 2 Trial of Ambition. This card is really good because it's good against Indestructible again, hexproof. Especially decks that like to go big with 1 creature. that makes it really hard to deal with, you can just force him to sacrifice it. And then with Urian, you can actually blink this, so in the late game, it's not just a do-nothing enchantment, you can reuse it and get some value out of it. 3 copies of Cry of the Carnarium if we're going up against hyper-aggressive, like, low-ball aggro decks, and 2 copies of Elspeth Conquers Death to finish off the sideboard, and that is Esper Thassa. We're going to take this into the arena today in Historic and see how we do. If you like this content, leave a like on today's video, subscribe down below, leave a comment, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Join the community, join the Discord. I would love to hear from you guys more. I want to interact with you guys more, so please, please, please get down there and say hello. And with that, I'll see you all in the wrap-up. Game 1 against Grasso-Defeo. And we're on the play. We're going to keep this hand. It's pretty good. We have a freebooter, so we get to see what they're up to. And then hopefully follow up with the Deputy or the Skyclave. Should be able to deal with some of their permanents. Bear doesn't do anything when you click it. It's the only pet. Alright. Well, let's start off with this freebooter with Agadeems. We're probably against Mono Black. Or Rakdos. Plumb the Forbidden. As additional costs, you sacrifice 1 or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature you sacrifice this way. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. You got a Croxa, that's annoying. Crater Maker. This guy plays against colorless a lot. He does. Can kill the Skyclave Apparition though, which is kind of annoying. Karazev, it's kind of annoying too. That's alright. The important thing is our opponent doesn't have any real interaction. They can play the Goblin Crater Maker this turn. They're probably going to play Croxa, but I don't know. Alright, cool. So they played out perfectly for us because Crater Maker is their only form of interaction that they can kill the Kitesail Freebooter. But we have it... We just kind of have him on lock already. So, exile his creature. He can't sacrifice in response. And now he's leaning on his Croxa for the rest of the game and his Karazev. Yep. So we could further our game plan by playing Elite Guard Mage, try to find a Thassa. But honestly, I think we just exile all their stuff. We just keep him off the board. And the best part is none of his spells are going to the graveyard, so he has nothing for Croxa at all. Yep. Well, I guess we get rid of the Massacre Girl. Let's start off by drawing a card. Thoughtseize is pretty good. Or Thought Erasure, I mean. So, he still can't Croxa anytime soon. He could have like a Woe Strider, maybe. Or like a Sedgemoor Witch. 2, 4, 5, 6. We got him for 6 damage. He's down to 2 virtually. Oh god, this is brutal. Alright, so we put him down to 2. And then we just go ahead and rip out his 2 best cards. Take claim. Let's take Agadeem. Well, that was a pretty good turn. I love beating Rakdos Sacrifice. It feels so good. Activate the castle. Yeah! Like a champion. That's what I'm talking about, Keldavik. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Game 2 up against Tell Your Mom to Call Me, Lurrus of the Dream Den. I hate that so much. So much. We're gonna Thoughtseize this clown. Hey mom, could you call this loser? I just Thoughtseized him and he forfeited. Game 3 up against Marioski 91, and we actually have a really cool hand. We get to show the Thassa in action, hopefully. Plus Elite Spellbinder, so we might be able to just like lock out a lot of their cards. In theory. Alright, no turn 1 play for our opponents. Pretty important. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, we're taking Feather. It's probably just the strongest card overall. Taijik, we don't have non-combat damage, so that's not really a thing to worry about. Our Fibblethit blocks the Taijik. And then hopefully the Spellbinder hits the Krenko, or vice versa. Krenko or Taijik would work. Oh, okay, so they're going for 10th Street. Sure. Yeah, we'll block. Meddling Mage changes things a little bit. Like what else is good in their hand? I mean, Taijik coming down is going to be hitting us for 3. I don't think we really want Krenko to come down at all. If they start going wide, we really can't do anything. That sucks. Alright, so we're taking Krenko. Huh. What are the chances he has a spell? I'm taking those chances, and he didn't. Alright, cool. That works, actually, pretty well for us. So we get the Thoughtseize. Take their last Taijik. Just get rid of it. That's good. And then we name Krenko. Okay. Well, we're definitely killing Feather. No attacks. Come on! No way! Unreal, dude. He didn't leave up the white, so that's fun. Now he has a 3/3. Oh, we need a Chupacabra, like, bad. Like, really bad. Let's get the blue source. Alright, let's play Elite Guard Mage first. Solid. We're gaining back a bunch of life, which is good. But I mean, like, our opponent kind of just has us in a weird spot now, right? I think we go for Thassa. We go for Thassa only because we can blink the Elite Guard Mage, draw another card, and then for the rest of the following turns, we can at least use Thassa to tap down Feather if we have to. That's a good hit. We needed that Skyclave. Oh, there's a Reckless Rage. That sucks. And he has the mana still to play Krenko. Shit. Alrighty. I can kill the 3/1 here. Yeah, that's fine. Gets back his Reckless Rage. Which is actually fine. So, Skyclave Apparition is going to hit Feather first. We're just going to take this out of his hand so he doesn't have it anymore. That's a win condition. Doesn't block very well. And he's in top deck mode, so it's not really good. We're going to give him the 3-3, but we're not letting him keep Krenko. No box. Let's draw a card and gain some life back. Alright, so I think we kind of stabilized. Defiant Strike. Oh, no. Could have been Embercleave. Could have been Embercleave, buddy. Well, let's get this Kitesail Freebooter down, see what their last card is. 10th District, huh? Yep, let's go ahead and just get rid of your token. And let's start gaining some life. This Elite Guard Mage has gained us probably 15 life this game. I mean, pretty impressive, honestly. Pretty impressive. We're gonna go ahead and get in for some aerial damage. And I guess we deputy his 10th strict. Yeah, we're gonna deputy. There's no point in letting him have pretty much anything at this point. Good game. This deck seems really fun. Like, it kind of feels like a very good attrition type deck. If it can just get to the mid to late game, it feels like it can't be stopped. But we'll see in the next game. We'll see how it goes. Game 4 against Constantine 13. And this hand is good, but we don't have any blue sources. Like, can we just get one blue source? Or should we mulligan? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that we're also playing 2 copies of Ephemerate, 1 mana instant, exile target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control, and it has Rebound. Which actually proves to be pretty effective for a lot of situations. You can Elite Spellbinder and bounce him on the stack, so you can exile 2 cards. It also acts as protection for your creatures. We're going to bottom the Meddling Mage, I think. Lead off with the blue. Now we're missing white, but hopefully we find it. Not quite. I think we're either up against rogues, or not rogues. Hey, we found it. I think we're up against mono blue tempo. So we're just gonna... I like how he does that in response. Like, okay. So he's gonna draw cards. He probably has Curiosity or Curious Obsession coming up soon. So he's gonna be hitting a bunch of stuff. Oh boy. So he definitely has a counterspell, right? So let's try and play the lead Spellbinder first. Yep. We have to exhaust his resources and try to stick this Ravenous Chupacabra. It's probably our only real chance. Thassa's not really good here. Alright, let's go for Behold the Multiverse first. Alright, it sticks. What? Wait. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Okay, so he's got a mass manipulation. He's never going to get there, so we're just going to take the Thought Collapse. He kind of just like 2-for-1 himself. Really? I think he meant to unsummon, and he so tinied first. Ugh. Okay. So we have 6 mana, so we're going to Thought Seize first. Or Thought Erasure. We take the Brineborn Cutthroat. Do we need 2 of these? I don't think so. But yeah, we're definitely killing your stupid octopus, man. Ugh. I forgot Thought Collapse just was sitting there in exile. I wasn't paying attention. I mean, we stand a chance if he just gets this Thought Collapse again. Alright, well, we're going to choose it. And instead of wasting our turn getting countered, we're just going to buy Urian. If we kill the Sea Dasher Octopus, we stand way more of a chance. The Zolaport Cutthroats aren't going to do much, and we're not worried about anything else he really has going on. It's the Sea Dasher Octopus drawing him 3 cards a turn almost. Yep. Yep. Opponent has the cards. That Thought Collapse, man. I wish instead of it being a Elite Spellbinder, it was just a Kitesail Freebooter. Alright, we got 1 turn. Now, if I can draw a land, and go Thassa Ravenous and both stick, I would be livid. I would be living for that. So our opponent had a response, right? I mean, it could just be the Zolapart Cutthroat, but their odds are they're holding up an Essence Scatter or a Thought Collapse. I can play Ravenous Chupacabra, and if we kill the Sea Dasher, then we're in a much better position, but I'm going to pass and hold up the Thassa mana to tap down a Sea Dasher. Let's see, 1, 2 damage. Does he have us for 3? Oh my god, he had a lot of counter spells. Quench, Negate. Well, good game. Alright, going into the 5th and final game against Nignug, the Nignug. No blue, unfortunately. This hand's a little bit better, but we're not doing a whole lot yet. Still keeping it, though. Alright, we're on the play, so we're going to play out this tapped. Hey, hello. Hello. And I'm really excited for the day where, you know, I have like a couple thousand subscribers or whatever, if I ever get that high. And, you know, I start playing against people that actually watch my channel. And then, you know, when they're saying hello, they can be like super excited and happy. Pharaoh Elder, right? Yeah, I feel bad for our opponent now. We're really just bricking him bad. No Mortify. His Pharaoh Elder costs a fortune. He can play his Nissa next turn. Alright, you can play Nissa next turn. Do we just name Nissa? Yeah, we name Nissa, right? We do that. We do that. We just keep locking them out. Just keep doing the thing. So he can't play Nissa this turn. Even if he finds a land, he can only play his Pharaoh Elder, and then we can just snipe the Garruk. I could draw a land anytime. Would be kind of ideal. Do I foretell this? Like, what do I do? We can Deputy Detention the Pharaoh Elder and try to like kneecap him at 5 mana. But then if he just tops into his land, he gets Garruk anyway. And then if he gets Garruk, he blows up Meddling Mage and then eventually gets Nissa. Alright, let's go for greed. We're gonna snipe the Pharaoh Elder. And yeah, let's just all attack. He didn't find the land, but he found interaction. You love to see it. You really love to see it. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and kill his Fey Burrow again. Chunk him for 4. And our opponent's on a 2-turn clock. Ah, there it is. There it is. Goes for the Mortify. That's a spicy draw. That's a super spicy draw. Yeah, we're just gonna kill him. I don't want him to have Big Eric. This is named on Nissa, so he's most likely going to Mortify it. Try to cast the Nissa, and then in which case we ephemerate it. Feels pretty good. And we're going to name Nissa again, just because it's the only card we know of. Opponent gives it up. Welcome back to the wrap up, everybody. If you made it this far, it means you watched the entire video, and I appreciate that greatly. And if you made it this far, please consider leaving a like down below, subscribe and hit the bell to join the community, and join the Discord and come say hello to me, play some matches with me, help me brew some decks together. It'd be a lot of fun, and I would really appreciate your support. With that being said, we went 4-1 for a pretty exciting finish. We did lose against Mono Blue Tempo, but that's like a really complicated situation. We didn't really draw enough of our removal or interaction to really stop what they were doing. And every time that I tried to interact with them, they had a counterspell. And I even made a misplay and forgot that they had an open mana counterspell when I tried to kill his octopus. So, you know, definitely could have played that game a little bit better, but I'm still not sure we really had much of a chance of winning anyway. Maybe in best of 3 we stand a much better chance against that deck. But overall, I had a lot of fun playing this deck, and the matches were great. I hope you guys enjoyed them, and I'm Rob, aka Untype Your Go. It's been real, everybody, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!